Let's talk about Darwin.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because that's what I want to talk about. Can we
Yeah.
talk about Charles Darwin?
Let's talk about Charles Darwin.
This is something that I found when I was on tour recently, and I was reading out from the formation of vegetable mould through the action of worms with observations on their habits. And I think there's that beautiful story where you have, Darwin with his son playing the bassoon to worms.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite. And I would read it out, and people, what is it? Do you've studied him, and I know that you are a huge amount. There's something about his mind. What is it? Are you able to see what is it about his mind that had this perpetual curiosity?
The moment you start reading Darwin, you feel you've been ushered into the presence of a great mind. He wasn't mathematical, and I sort of have a bit of an inferiority complex about mathematics, but nevertheless, Darwin got it when Newton didn't, and Aristotle didn't, and Plato didn't, and Hume didn't, and all the great thinkers didn't get it until Darwin, and then Wallace a tiny bit later, got the point. They both actually were great, great minds. It's been said that Darwin was working 100 years ahead of his time, and he was. When you read him, you feel his wisdom flows over into geology, into ecology, into all sorts of other fields, everything except genetics, which he got totally wrong. As you say, he had immense curiosity. He was a curious observer. He corresponded with people all over the world, getting more and more material, more and more ammunition for his theory. I have enormous admiration for him.
And what was his best guess at the time? The diversity in terms of numbers of species that did he?
Oh, not different from our own. Well, sorry, do you mean his estimate of how many species?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think it.
He didn't go that.
That's not really an important
No,
figure in a way.
Well, but yeah, exactly.
I'm sure it would have been smaller than people say now, but I don't think that was a very necessary part of our intellectual coming to.
But he
of
appreciated
age.
the vastness of his
yes,
theory.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes, and that's where Darwin actually differs from various alleged predecessors. There was a man called Patrick Matthew, who before Darwin actually did get the idea of natural selection. But Patrick Matthew didn't really understand, or didn't give any evidence of understanding, what a big theory it was. He saw it as being a kind of negative force getting rid of the unfit. But he didn't advance it as being the explanation for everything about life.
So nowadays, with all since then and observable proof and data, why can we categorically state that evolution is a fact and that natural selection is the process?
Evolution is a fact, and I mean I'm very worried when people say it's only a theory.